who's got a son who's of bar mitzvah age. And that son is not behaving very well. He won't study, he won't go to cheder. You know what cheder is? Hebrew school.
Yeah.
And he talks back to his mother. He doesn't do his homework. He gets lousy marks, and he says, I'm very worried about him. What should I do? So the rabbi talks to him for a while. He asks questions. He gets answers. They work some processes out, some suggestions, you know. And after a while, the father feels better, you know. He's got a handle on some things. He's calm. And he says, I can't thank you, Rabbi, enough for listening to me and giving me ideas and suggestions and maybe where I was wrong and the kid was right. But, you know, I think I know how to go from here. He says, but, you know, Rabbi, when you were speaking, I noticed that there was a certain sadness, a certain strain in your voice. He says, you know, you're a man, I'm a man. Well, you can tell me your problems, you know. And the rabbi appreciates this. He says, your son is no different than mine. Here I am. He's the rabbi's son. I have to prepare him to carry on Saturday's session in shul and read from the Torah, and I can't get him down to behave himself. And he runs away, he plays, he doesn't have Jewish friends, and he says, I don't know what to do. And the man says, that's dreadful. That must be very hard. He says, I come to you and you help me. And who do you go to? He says, I go to God. And what does God say? He says, I too had a son. Those are the best jokes. Only I should have emphasized it. I too had a son.
I too, yes.
Yeah. There's one joke. It's very hard for me to know whether I get it over. But it has to do with a bunch of women living in an apartment above Miami Beach. And they happen to see a middle-aged man, nicely dressed, wears a hat, and they get, who is that man? They never saw him before. And one of the ladies decides, I'll investigate. So she goes downstairs and she walks across the street under the palm trees and she says, Mister, you from around here? Oh no, he says, I'm from another state, very far away, in the middle of the country. So I have to construct this one. She says, what do you do? What kind of work do you do? You're employed? He says, no, not at present. What kind of work did you do? I worked with simple machines. He said, where did you work? He says, you know where the state of Illinois is? I worked there. where did you work? Well, he says, to tell you the truth, I was in jail. You were in jail? For a long time? He says, yeah, a very, very long time. What was your crime? He says, I murdered a woman. You murdered a woman? Who was the woman? She was my wife. You murdered your wife. So, you're single?
I knew that I was gonna go there.
You knew that one, didn't you?
I don't know if I knew that one, but as soon as you started saying he was in jail and he murdered someone, I was like, eh. So either she's gonna say, so you're single, or she's gonna go back to the report to the ladies, and he's single.
Oh,
That could have even been better. That would.
I like the way I said it, though. I don't do it very well. There's got to be a certain hesitation of the voice. So, you're single?
You're single?
No, start. Start.
While I'm far away from you, my baby, I know it's hard for you, my baby, because it's hard for me, my baby, and the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Each night before you go to bed, my baby, whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, and tell all the stars above, this is dedicated to the one I love. Life can never be exactly like we want it to be. I can be satisfied just knowing you love me. There's one thing I want you to do, especially for me, and it's something that everybody needs. Each night before you go to bed, my baby, whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, and tell all the stars above, this is dedicated to the one I love. This is dedicated to the one I love.